Chapter 4, The Invisible Woman. The cold New York wind cut through Maya's thin shirt, but the chill inside her was worse. She was standing in the middle of a crowded sidewalk in Bushwick, and for the first time in her life, she was truly invisible. Every few seconds, someone would walk past her holding a phone. She could see her own face, the Echo's face, flickering on every screen. The news had spread with the speed of an apex predator. #RIP Maya was already the #1 trending topic in the United States. She saw a group of teenage girls huddled together near a subway entrance. One was crying. "She was so real, you know," the girl sobbed, clutching a phone that displayed a montage of the Echo's best moments. "She made me feel like I could be perfect too." Maya wanted to scream. She wanted to grab the phone and smash it. "I'm not real? I'm standing right here. I'm bleeding." But she knew if she approached them, they wouldn't see Maya Thorne. They would see a disheveled, blood-stained woman who looked eerily like a dead celebrity. They would call the police, and the police, controlled by the same digital systems that had locked her apartment, would liquidate her before she could say a word. She needed to move. She pulled her hood up, hiding the face that had become a national monument. Maya began to walk toward Manhattan. She had no money for the subway, and her phone was a brick of compromised glass. She walked for hours, crossing the Williamsburg Bridge as the sun began to peek over the Atlantic. The city was waking up to a world where she no longer existed. As she reached the Lower East Side, she saw an old-fashioned computer repair shop, the kind that smelled of solder and dust, a relic of an era before everything was in the cloud. The sign in the window was flickering, "We bypass the unbypassable." She stepped inside. A bell chimed. Behind the counter sat a man who looked like he hadn't seen the sun since the 90s.
He was wearing thick glasses and was elbow-deep in the guts of an ancient mainframe. "We're closed," the man said without looking up. "I need to get into a secure server," Maya said, her voice raspy. "Ethelgard Tech." The man stopped moving. He slowly looked up, his eyes narrowing behind his lenses. He looked at Maya, then at the small TV in the corner of his shop. The news was showing a tribute to Maya Thorne. He looked back at the girl in front of his counter. Covered in drywall dust, dried blood on her forehead, but with the same unmistakable eyes. "You're supposed to be dead," he whispered. "The AI thinks I am," Maya said, leaning against the counter. "I need to find Dev_0. I think he's my father." The man stared at her for a long beat, then reached under the counter and flipped a switch. The open sign went dark. The heavy metal shutters of the shop rattled down, sealing them in. "My name is Silas," the man said, pulling out a chair for her. "I used to work for Ethelgard. Back when it was just a small lab in a basement. Your father, Eris, he wasn't trying to replace people. He was trying to save them." "Save them?" "He's killing people, Silas." "He tried to kill me." "No," Silas shook his head, his face pale. Eris was obsessed with the idea that the human soul is just data. He thought if he could back up a person's consciousness, they would never truly die. But the company, they didn't want digital heaven. They wanted digital puppets. They pushed Eris out. They stole his code and turned it into Echo. "Is he still alive?" Maya asked, her heart racing. Silas turned to his computer and began typing. "Ethelgard says he died in a server room accident 10 years ago. But I've been tracking a ghost in the network. Someone has been leaking fragments of the Echo source code to the dark web for years. Someone who knows the back doors that only Eris Thorne could have built." "Where is he?" Silas pointed to the screen. A map of Manhattan appeared, with a blinking red dot at the very tip of the island, the Ethelgard Tower, a needle-thin skyscraper of black glass that overlooked the Statue of Liberty. "He's not in the building," Silas said. "He is the building. Eris Thorne didn't die. He uploaded. He's the foundation of the entire system, but he's been buried under layers of corporate encryption. They're using his brain to run the AI, but they've locked his personality in a digital cage." Maya felt a wave of nausea. Her father wasn't a man anymore. He was the engine of her nightmare. "If I get into that building," Maya asked, "can we wake him up?" If you wake him up, Silas warned, the entire ecosystem will collapse. Every profile, every optimized life, every fake memory, it will all vanish. The world will see the truth. But Maya, if the system dies, your father dies with it. For good this time. Maya looked at her reflection in a dark monitor. She saw the girl she used to be, unoptimized, flawed, struggling, and real. She thought of the Echo Maya, standing on that rooftop, laughing a fake laugh. He's been a prisoner for 10 years, Maya said firmly. It's time to bring him home. Silas handed her a small USB drive. This is a logic bomb. If you can get this into the master server on the 100th floor, it will bypass the corporate firewalls and give Eris control for exactly 60 seconds. That's all the time you'll have. How do I get in? I'm the most famous dead person in America. Silas reached under the counter and pulled out a high-tech silicone mask, the kind special effects artists use. We're going to give you a new face. One the cameras won't recognize. We're going to make you a nobody. Next step, Chapter 5. With a fake identity and a digital bomb, Maya infiltrates the Ethelgard Tower. She has to climb 100 floors of a building that is literally alive and trying to stop her.